Hey, welcome to our train layout. Silence! Okay, so we're back in the train room. What? They're working on track stuff over there. But we're back in the train room. In the last video, we took this bridge out and we moved it to here. And that's cool. So check that video out if you haven't seen that. That was kind of fun. And then I had another idea. So with this train layout, with this narrow gauge Colorado Southern layout, I've had these bents just sitting in a box forever and ever for a bridge. A bridge bent. These are the bents. So this is called a bent. It's a part of a trestle. So we are going to use those, I think, and make another bridge. Right here is a straight section, and we're going to try and we're gonna try and build a bridge. I don't know what the. So I am gonna take them, and we're gonna see about building a bridge right here, because I always like the idea of coming out of a tunnel onto a bridge, and I just think it's kind of cool. So we can do that. Then we'll come across here, go across that bridge. I think visually that is gonna look really nice. Okay, so that's the way we solder it. So we have a frog that the point's not making contact. So we're just trying to wire that up through the tortoise, make sure we got it the right direction. A few videos back, I'd mentioned that we were working on putting in a new signal. Wasn't quite sure, but it's been confirmed. Jim is actually working on that right now a little bit. There is the new signal.
Contact.
So we wired the frog on this turnout, and it seems to be working much happier. Okay, so I came out here the other day and I glued these two pieces together. I didn't want to put a big piece underneath there and screw it in, so I just put this thin piece and glued it. So at least that's together now. Next, we decided we're gonna go ahead and put this piece in. This is where that bridge will go though, that we were just working on. But we're gonna go and put it in. That way we can kind of set the grade for all this. And John might start working on actually getting this set in place. Then we can come back and cut this out and drop the bridge piece in there when we're ready for it.
So this is an old switch machine thingy, and the armature, I think, of the motor seems to slip a little bit, and it's just causing problems. So inside there, it also triggers these two little guys that run signals and power to the frog through these relays. This is all older stuff, so we're gonna try and replace some of the stuff right now, make it work a little better. Whew. Scary side of the layout.
Yeah. So it might not look like we did anything, but we did. We went ahead and secured these two pieces together with this block. This is temporary. Like I said, we'll put that bridge in here once we have something built under here to support it. But our goal right now is to get the grade set on this whole thing from the other side down there, underneath here, and all the way up around this way. We secured this to that by putting this block in, glued that in, put some screws in, get that all secured tight together. And again, at this end, we secured this down in here. This piece 2x2 may not actually stay there, but we're using it there now so we can check the grade and actually set it. So now we can adjust these risers up and down and figure out where we actually need to put risers in and make this a nice gentle grade as much as possible. And here's the level that we're using. So this is kind of cool because it will actually show you the actual percentage of the grade. Very handy.
2.6.
Not supposed to be level. So I'm not saying that there's always going to be a ton of stuff, a lot of progress to see in each of these videos. We only have so much time to do whatever. So anyways, I'm going to take you around though and show you what we did accomplish, because we did accomplish stuff. So, take you around the room right now. So we're going to start with the progress on the narrow gauge area, the King City coal mine. Doesn't look any different. In fact, it almost looks worse. That happens. So it's good though, because we actually have the grade set. This is like a 2.6 here, and we have this actually pretty much set all the way through there. I glued some stuff in there and I got it clamped right now, but that is kind of set all the way through, and it's about 2.5, 2.6, which is fine. I've got another grade somewhere else that is really steep, so that is wonderful. So we actually have this screwed down and secured here, so it's not going anywhere. This part, we are going to put that bridge in here as far as we know. So that's the plan. Earlier in the video you saw I was kind of starting to mess with that, trying to figure out how to get that to work. And but we put this in here for now so we can get the grade set. And this again underneath is secured down. A little loose there, but it's secured down there. We had to take the top part of the bridge off so we get the level across it. It was just easier. And the rail needs to be redone on that anyways. Again, secured here, secured down there, secured here, secured down there, secured here, up here. So that's all solid. It's kind of all tied together here, but this is kind of temporary again because we got to take this mine. We need to set the mine down in here. Now that we have the set though, we can figure out what height that needs to be and exactly where it's going to go. And once we have that, then we can put a piece that goes between here in the mine, but down low. And we'll make that big enough for the turnout and whatnot. So it takes a while to set the grade sometimes, especially when you're reusing old stuff. And yeah, I don't know, maybe it would be easier just to do all new road bed, hand lay all new track. Maybe that's easier, but I don't know. Who knows? Just got to do something, I guess. So we're gonna go look at a couple things on the standard gauge layout. Okay, so nothing really exciting to see here, but that turnout in there, just the points were making contact on the rail and wasn't always, so the frog would be dead at some point in time. So we actually wired that up through the internal switches on the tortoise underneath, so now it has nice solid contact and is working much better. This was bad, apparently. I think it's better now. So once again, this layout, if you haven't seen it, we talked about it in the past, but this layout we actually got from somewhere else. And I didn't mention it in that other video, I don't think, but this layout, this standard gauge layout, was actually, the construction was started back in 1969, 1970. So there's a lot of stuff that had to be replaced. This turnout underneath here had a weird kind of motor, tortoise kind of thing on it. And yeah, it's kind of ancient. So it has this little armature going into the motor. I don't know if that's the right word, whatever. But I think it was starting to slip because this would go back and forth to flip the turnout. And it also would hit some other little reed switches, not reed switches, but little metal contact switches. But it would slip in here. And I tried tightening this up and all that, and it just still would slip and have problems. So it wouldn't always make contact. So it gave us problems routing power to the frog, running the signals, and that type of stuff. So took this out and still sort of wired, not 100% done. So we put in a tortoise. We just have like a jumper wire on here right now. We still got to do some wiring and whatnot. And I'm hesitant to even show anybody any of the wiring under this layout because it's scary. It's a whole nother story in itself. But like I said, we inherited this layout basically, and we are rewiring stuff. Here's new bus line that we've put in. So it's despite how scary it looks, it's gotten a lot better. So this tortoise works much better. And like I said, it ran through these relays, run signals, routed power to the frog. So I'm gonna rewire that up a little bit sometime soon. Still need to wire up the frog and whatnot. So again, nothing too exciting to see here. Okay, so again, don't freak out about this, but this is the old control board that we had to work with. And that's fine. So you can see we've pulled a lot of toggle switches out of here because it was DC with a block system in place. I'm showing this because with that tortoise, we actually changed out the toggle switch for that also. So that's nice and new and shiny. All right, so we got some stuff done. That's what we did. So I'm Don, and my father, Don, was here, and John was here tonight, and Jim was here, and Scott, he came back. He hasn't been here a little while, but he showed up. So that was cool. We had a couple teams of people working on this this stuff. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, we're just doing this just to kind of put out what we're doing, kind of sharing what we're doing. So if you like it, subscribe, hit the little bell thingy. Yeah, so you get notifications. It's down there somewhere, So we will catch you around the bend. Thanks for watching.